Duce magic.
Easy money.
Yeah, what's up? Welcome back to the show, people. Amateur Opinions. I've got a special guest today, first time guest. I've got Miss Madeline.
Yep.
Is that right? Miss Madeline, right? Not Miss Madeline.
Miss Madeline.
Madeline, right.
Potato.
Yeah.
Same spelling. So.
Some people get pretty
I know. Some people can be very picky, but I'm just like, as long as you spell it correctly.
Then you're happy.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Is Madeline your real name?
My middle name.
It's your middle name. Mm-hmm. Your first name is?
Sitabile. A lot of people don't believe that that's my name. Like, why is that?
I know you as Sita.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? So, so the Madeline, I was like, is that like a
alter ego?
Alter ego type of thing, or is it your actual name?
No, it's my actual name, but I just decided to use a different name when I decided to go online.
Yeah.
Because people when you're applying for jobs and stuff, they look you up on social media and stuff. So I'm like,
exactly.
Let me rather have this name that nobody knows.
No one knows, yeah.
So they can't find me.
Yeah. Even like my Instagram is like magic Duce.
Exactly.
Like, you won't find me.
Not that I'm doing anything shady online, but
I am. Slightly shady things. Okay, and so your YouTube channel is called Miss Madeline.
Miss Madeline, yes,
okay.
Exactly.
Nice. And what's your channel about?
Well, my channel is basically just about, I think it's just about me. Mainly it's about beauty, makeup, fashion, lifestyle. And I also just do what I feel at the time. So sometimes I talk about personal things. Sometimes I talk about, I make Christian videos sometimes. But yeah, it's basically that.
But primarily it's like makeup,
beauty, lifestyle, fashion. Primarily, yeah.
And how's that going?
I think it's going okay. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, I think it could be better.
What's how long have you been doing it?
So I created YouTube, my channel.
Yeah.
The first time I ever made my channel was in 2015.
Right.
Was it 2013 or 14? And me and my friend made this silly video about we made a Vine. Yeah. Do you remember a Beyonce song, I Woke Up Like This?
Yeah.
So we saw Vines going all over on social media and stuff.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, let's create our own one. So we made a silly video, I Woke Up Like This, basically showing how girls really wake up.
Yeah.
And then how when they say I woke up like this, no, you didn't wake up like this.
They've done a bit of work.
Exactly. A bit of
was that the video you did with Minnie?
Minnie, exactly.
Oh, okay, I know that video.
So we just put it up there. I didn't really understand. Nobody really knew what YouTube was. It was we just used to watch it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I just left it. And then I checked my channel again maybe a year later, and it had 40,000 views. I was like, wait, what? When did this happen?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was so crazy.
Especially you just did a random. That's a random video.
One video on a channel that has nothing on it.
Yeah.
Just has one random video. So that was interesting. And then in 2015, I was like, hey, I think I could make this whole, do this whole makeup thing.
Yeah.
And I actually even bought an iPhone just to do makeup videos. And I think I made a couple, 1 or 2 hair videos. But I was just I wasn't confident in myself.
Okay.
So I was like, no, I can't really do it. Second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
And also that year, I also went through a bit of challenges with my health.
Okay.
But looking back, I'm like, damn. If I had taken that channel seriously in 2015, by now it would have been somewhere. Because the YouTube game back then in South Africa, it wasn't really that big. Versus now, it's a whole different ball game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I remember when you started though.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh yeah.
So when I started posting seriously, it was about 2 years ago.
That's 2017.
Yeah, that's when I started posting
consistently
thumbnails, description box, the whole shebang.
Shebang, yeah. Okay, and in 2015, how often were you posting? How frequent?
I think I posted 3 videos.
The whole year.
Yeah, then I stopped. I posted and I'm I can't do this, and then life got in the way, and I'm just yeah, I know, can't do this. Mm-hmm.
And when did you go through the health challenges you're talking about?
2015 I had a major setback, a flare up type of thing. So
what's a flare up?
It's basically like, okay, so I do have chronic lung problems, but basically like you manage it. I manage it from day to day, but sometimes it gets worse, and like I'll take a dip, and then yeah. So 2015 was one of those times.
So what issue exactly do you have?
It's basically,
If you want to talk about it, that is.
yeah, I'm so like,
It's fine if you do.
I'm like, my whole life I've just never wanted to talk about it because like, you know, it's one of those things where you don't want to be defined by your circumstance, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like everybody in life, we all have something. I call it, we all have our own Goliath in life.
Right. Yeah.
But it's, for me, it's like, you don't want to be defined by that.
Yeah.
So I think I've just always had this mentality of, I don't want people to see me and like pity me or like have pity parties. So I try not to always talk about that. But at the same time, I think it's kind of bad because people don't really then know how to like relate to you. And when you're going through a tough time and people aren't like responding how you think they should respond, and they're like, but we don't know, but you didn't tell us.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, but why aren't you helping? Like, why isn't anyone checking? But they're like, well, you didn't say anything. Like, we never knew. So I actually did talk about this on my channel, I think last year, just to also just be like more open. And also, like I said, to show people that sometimes in life you do have a struggle, but you can still get through it, you know. So to answer your question, I just have like chronic lung disease, basically.
Yeah, I remember I remember watching part 1 of that video you're talking about. And then so like I was waiting, and then you kept on rambling. I was like,
What
Get to it. I was getting so frustrated.
It's
and
like
then,
going, because you know when you're making a video, like you're so nervous.
Yeah.
So you just want to like take the long way instead of like making the point.
Yeah. So, and then I think you made like a part 2 where you actually like properly explained it. Yeah. But yeah, it was crazy because I remember you said something about going to Angola.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
So what did you go for like there?
So basically, I've had this illness for like my whole life. And as you can imagine, with something that's chronic, obviously there's no quick fix, you know? And you go to different doctors. This doctor says that doctor says this. So you literally try everything that is out there. And for me, what I've found is it's like Western medication and Western treatment is very limited. And it just has its limits. So my family discovered this thing called ozone therapy.
Okay.
And what ozone therapy is about, it's basically just very different from like your traditional Western medication. So essentially, they found this doctor, and he's all the way in Angola, and he had like rave reviews of how he helped people and how he brought people back from the dead.
Oh.
Yeah, like
legit.
Like people literally deathbed went to him and they're good as new, you know?
Okay.
So my family were like, you know what, why don't we try this? Why don't we just go and see? I mean, we've literally tried everything, taken all the medication, nothing is helping, so what do we have to lose? So I went to Angola and yeah, it was legit, you know?
So how does ozone therapy work? Do you know like the science behind it? That'd be interesting.
It's very interesting. I can sort of try my best to explain it.
Okay.
But essentially, life is in the blood, basically.
Right.
And everything in your body is made up of cells. So what ozone therapy does is it uses ozone, an O3 molecule, to clean the blood. And it basically oxidizes the body. So when you oxidize the body, you like kill all bacteria, viruses, everything that causes illness. So what this doctor does is, this sounds scary, but it's not really that scary.
Okay.
But basically in one hand, your blood goes out, and then it passes through this machine, and it gets pumped with ozone. And then he also extracts all the toxins. And then the clean blood, oxygenated blood, gets pumped back into your body. So there's a whole, like you're saying, a whole science behind it.
That's crazy. So
yeah,
you basically,
it's like dialysis, you know?
Yeah,
have you seen
exactly.
that?
The kidney one, right?
Yes, where your blood is being cleaned.
Yeah.
But this is even more potent because it's being oxidized. And basically everything, I don't know the word is pathogenic, but every disease causing organism, it can't stand oxidation. So that's the basic premise behind it.
Oh, and did he discover this, or he just like does it?
So ozone therapy has existed for hundreds of years. It originated in Germany. But what is different about this doctor? Because I've also been to ozone therapy here in Cape Town. No shade. I'm not going to mention names of the places.
Right.
But it was very watered down. So ozone therapy does exist. I mean, it's like a rich people's pick-me-up.
Okay.
Because people can go there for like, if you have a hangover, you go there, you get like little ozone treatments. They even have like they call it a pod. So you go in there and like you steam your body. So it's like, yeah, it's really good for just like overall taking care of yourself. But this specific ozone that this man has, it goes like a step further. So he like, his really is the real deal if you really have serious chronic illnesses.
So it's not just for like lung type of, it's for anything.
It's for anything. Because that's the thing about, if you understand the science behind it, if you are cleaning your body, cleaning your blood, and also what this ozone does as well, it triggers your brain to like start rejuvenating your cells and start to produce healthier cells. So whatever illness you may have, if your body is triggered to start the healing process, it will cure whatever you have, be it lung, be it cancer, whatever.
Can it cure HIV?
HIV, yes.
Can it?
So it doesn't. Okay, I don't know what cure means. Cure could mean a lot of things, but it becomes undetected. Is that cured?
Undetected for good.
Yeah.
With using ozone. Why the hell aren't people using it?
But that's the thing. My sister said the same thing. She's like, why aren't people on this ozone?
Yeah.
Like, why isn't this plastered everywhere, on billboards, on TV, everywhere?
I guess the pharmaceutical companies aren't trying to do that.
Exactly. They're not trying to mess up their bag.
Yeah.
And that's why people also ask me, but why Angola? Why the back of the beyond in some, third world country?
Yeah.
And it's because this particular doctor, he has been like hunted. I know it sounds really crazy, but he his whole life, he hasn't been able to like practice freely because of these pharmaceutical companies. I mean, he's literally like messing up millions of bags.
Yeah. Is he Angolan?
He's Kenyan, but lives in Angola. You know who he's like? He's like a Dr. CB.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what I could actually compare him to.
Yeah, because they don't like those kind of guys.
And it's always like only a limited people will be able to access him because people don't even believe in that kind of thing.
Exactly. Because it gets like bad what's called like a bad reputation, obviously, because of like the mainstream type of way of dealing with illnesses and all that.
Exactly.
So like if you have like unorthodox ways
that's very unpopular. I mean, I remember when I spoke to my doctor about it, he was like, this is hocus pocus. Like, you're wasting your time. Don't even waste your time. But the thing is, when I went there, I was better. Like, I literally had my life back. I was like a brand new person, So
how are you feeling? So how do you feel with your lung disease?
Like normally?
Yeah, like on a normal day.
It's really tough because actually I have a YouTube video coming out about this.
Okay.
My next upload, we had like a mini workshop at the physiotherapy practice that I visit. But basically, and we spoke about that there. Basically, like for something like me, it's like I can't just jump out of bed and start my day. Like simple tasks for me are very like strenuous.
Right.
Because essentially, if your lungs are damaged, it means you're not really getting oxygen, and oxygen is life.
Yeah.
It's energy. It's vitality. It's everything. So, I can't just wake up and go shower because one, I'm tired, and then I have so much medication that I need to take. So just that routine is very like, it's a long drawn out process. Yeah.
Okay. And okay. So what would be, is there a way of like, and how often can you do like the ozone thing?
I would love to do it once a year.
Okay. So
if I could.
So the effects of it last like how long? Like when you went to Angola, how long?
It lasted about a year. Like
that long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh damn.
Like in November, that's when I felt like I need to go back.
And how expensive was
That's
the whole
the thing. It's an expensive exercise. Because don't forget, it's in another country.
Exactly. And
And apparently, everyone's trying to go to Angola, so the tickets are mad expensive.
How much were the tickets to go to Angola?
It's over 10K.
Yeah, and thing is, travel within Africa is actually just crazy, just in general.
I was so surprised. I'm like, guys, who's trying to go to Angola?
Yeah.
But apparently, I don't know why the tickets are so expensive.
Yeah, I mean, tickets are expensive everywhere. Even like going to Zim, like when I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like I need, especially if I'm coming from Cape Town, that's even worse.
That's
it's
two legs.
It's gonna cost me about maybe 9K easily.
That's a lot.
So you can imagine. So like Angola, same thing.
Because I'm like, a ticket to Angola is the same as a ticket to the UK. I'm like, wow, this is expensive.
Which doesn't make sense, right?
It makes no sense to me. But I think, I don't know. So that's the tickets. It's the accommodation.
Yeah.
It's the treatment. It's the food. And when I go there, I stay for like a month.
Oh.
So it's a long time.
So how often would you be doing like the treatment?
So you have one treatment and then you rest. Treatment and then you rest. So if you're there for a month, essentially you're going to get 15 treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And then 15 rest days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. But how did you even discover like the ozone thing?
My family, in a family, obviously people have friends.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, you mentioned, oh, my cousin is sick, or my niece is sick, or my sister is sick. And then someone's like, try this, try that, And then we're just like, let's just try it. Have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
But what's also nice about it, I feel like in life there's always a blessing in stuff. Because there was in Angola, and I'm like, wow, Angola's actually a great country. Got to see the country. I was literally coming back speaking Portuguese.
What?
Because, in Angola, nobody speaks English, not a drop. So you are forced to learn, or you won't eat. You won't be able to do anything. Quite frustrating.
That sounds crazy.
At some point, I'm just like, I'm gonna beat somebody. I just want to order food.
So how are you learning? Were you like using an app or something?
Google Translate.
Okay.
But obviously, if you're there for a while, if you're constantly surrounded by a language, you pick it up. So
even up to now, like you can still.
It's gone.
It's gone.
But I could. Fala mais ou menos.
What does that mean?
I speak more or less.
Okay.
That's what they say. If you ask anybody in Angola, you're like, do you speak English? More or less. And you're like, dude, more or less is 50-50. You do not speak
you
English.
Don't speak English.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and regarding okay, you were talking about your channel.
Yeah.
Right. You're saying, you're not really happy. How have you seen the growth of it, like from the time you started?
This is what happened. When I started posting seriously, like almost a year and some ago, I was getting 100 subscribers every month.
Oh, okay.
So that was like, something.
That's decent. That's proper.
Yeah, it's kind of proper.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so by December I should have 1,000 subscribers. But in December, consistency is key. I wasn't able to post. That's when I got sick and da-da-da-da. And then back then, South African YouTube wasn't as big.
Yeah.
You did have like the Mihlalis and stuff, but it wasn't like everybody and their grandma. Nah.
Yeah.
So I think it was, I could have exploited that a bit more. But obviously life gets in the way and stuff. So now it's different because I think the market, or the space is kind of flooded,
It's kind of flooded, yeah.
It's very flooded, and people understand now that it's very easy to create content. All you need is a phone, a smartphone.
Yeah.
Literally, that's all you need.
It used to be you need like a camera, a proper camera, but now the phones are really, really good.
And people never even used to share. Like, I'm sure people were filming with their phones for long, but we just never knew it.
Yeah, true.
And I think also Wi-Fi is more easily accessible now. So you literally just film, upload.
Yeah.
But now it's different. Like now, if I upload a video, or per month, I don't get 100 subscribers per month anymore. You know? And before, like, if you upload a video, you would get, I feel like there was a correlation between views and subscribers.
Okay.
So YouTube has changed. You know, the algorithms, the way they do things, the settings, everything has changed. What was happening before is that you'd have subscribers, and every time you upload a video, your video would pop up on the timeline. Sorry. You must cut that out.
I'm not cutting that out.
No, you should. But essentially now, I think because of competition and all of that, what happens is that when you upload, your subscribers are not told. That's why the YouTube came up with this whole notification bell thing.
Yeah.
And if you actually check like your analytics, you'll find that most views come from people that aren't subscribed. So even if you have a lot of subscribers, that doesn't necessarily translate into views.
They're not necessarily going to watch the video.
Because they're also not necessarily told or aware. Unless you have those loyal subscribers that constantly go to your page to check.
Then at that point, your video will pop up on the timeline.
Or the few that turn on the notification bell.
Yeah.
But, so that's different now.
I don't even have a notification bell set for any channel.
Really?
No.
No, you just tell people to press it.
No, I'm saying on my YouTube.
Oh, you're on your subscription list, right?
I don't have any.
You see?
Yeah.
But you subscribe to a lot of channels.
A lot of channels. And like sometimes when you're looking for a channel and then you go to like your subscriptions, you're like, oh, I'm subscribed to that channel. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, I also saw a video where this lady was talking about how YouTube is also unsubscribing people. So you should check, like, if you're subscribed to someone, you can somehow just find that you're unsubscribed. And you're like, but wait, when did I unsubscribe?
Why are they doing that?
I have no idea.
Okay. That's weird.
But I do know also that the advertisers, like, that whole, you know how now adverts are really, really big on YouTube?
Yeah. So
YouTube has come up with a lot of regulations to keep advertisers happy. That's why before, anybody and their grandma could monetize their channel. It was just upload, get views. But now it's not as easy as that. I think it was last year, the threshold was to have, I think, 1,000 subscribers and 2,000 watch time.
Okay.
Watch time minutes, and then you could apply. So now they changed the system. Now you must have, I think, sorry. I think you must have 10,000 subscribers.
Jeez.
Or no, maybe 6,000 subscribers and 4,000 minutes watch time for you to be monetized. So that's really like...
That's rough.
That's rough, you know? So they're really trying to zero in on who can really make money on YouTube.
Yeah. And so that actually explains why, because I used to wonder, like, you'd see, like, someone's video would have like tens of thousands of views, but it's not like there are no ads on it.
There's no ads.
Yeah, so that explains it, because you definitely don't have like 10K subscribers. Like, you don't just pick those up, you know what I mean?
But let me tell you, the rabbit hole goes deep with this.
Okay. Because
there are so many factors that go into this. So let's say somebody has 10,000 views. It doesn't necessarily mean that people watch watch your videos. What you find now, and I think I think this is also a result of having too much content at our disposal, that we're spoiled for choice, and we also can't concentrate for long. So what you find is that people don't watch videos. You click on a video, if you're lucky, 2 minutes, and somebody will click out. So you can actually see how long do people actually stay on your video and watch it. So people don't understand, if you're going to click on my video and stay for 3 seconds and click out, you're actually hurting my channel. You're better off not clicking. So
how is it hurting?
Because YouTube is saying, people click on your stuff, they don't like the content, and they go. So we're not going to push traffic to your channel because people aren't watching
your videos
it.
Suck.
Exactly.
Because
they don't retain.
People aren't retained.
So this analytics is very detailed. It shows you what is your retention percentage.
Yeah.
How many people click on your video and actually stay and sit through the whole video? And then how many people subscribe from that? How many people subscribe to your channel, actually watch your videos? You know, it shows you all of this. Like, where do your views come from? Is it from Google searches? Is it from Instagram? Is it from shared links? So all of these things play a part. And it's become tricky waters to navigate.
Jeez. And I'm just getting into it. Oh, man.
But I think there is still hope, because honestly, like when you seek, obviously you have peers. Like, I'm in the beauty community, and there's the other girls that are posting and stuff. And to be honest, I think if you're consistent, that's the one thing that really, really works. But there are these other little tips and tricks that you need to do if you want to just like get that extra edge.
Okay, we'll talk about that in the next episode.
In another one.
Yeah, as far as this episode is concerned, I just like to thank our sponsor, Brothers Beard. It's your
secure that bag.
exactly. So yeah, it's a beard oil company. I've been using it for the past probably 6 months. It works. So yeah, you guys check it out. Brothersbeard.africa. They have a couple of products. They have the beard oil that goes for $200. They have the beard oil and balm that goes for $350, and then they have the Brothers Beard kit, which goes for $499. So that's the comb, the brush, the oil, and the balm all together in like a nice little pack.
Okay.
So y'all can check that out and order and let them know that you heard of them from Amateur Opinions. Very soon they will have. They promised me a code.
Discount code.
Yeah, discount code. So y'all can hold off a bit and just wait for that.
Affiliate link come through.
Yeah. And then you can obviously get a discount on your first purchase. So I'll let y'all know when that happens. But yeah, it's organic. It's great. They even get like oils from like Morocco and all that stuff. Yeah, they're pretty good. And
natural is the best.
South African company. So yeah, check them out.
South African company?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We need to support local, guys.
Straight up.
Go and buy
we
that.
Really do. Go check them out.
If the ladies are listening, get some for your boo.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll thank you. Actually, you'll thank him. For his beard. Okay, guys. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining me. This is Amateur Opinions. Thanks, Sita, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And you can plug your YouTube channel, your Instagram handle.
Yes, guys. If you're into anything that I've mentioned, makeup, fashion, lifestyle, travel vlogs, ozone therapy, then do visit my channel, Miss Madeline. You can also find me on Instagram at Madeline Miss. And yeah, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Actually, now that you mentioned this whole beard kit, I was just thinking of a get ready with me.
Oh,
girl and guy. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, I'm in.
That sounds like a plan, don't you think?
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Guys, look out for that.
All right, guys. Check y'all next week. Have a good one. Peace out.
Bye.